And there. Okay. We stopped last time when we are trying to get the mouse position, and this time we are going to jump in straight ahead and just try to basically finish what we tried yesterday. So, whoops, wrong screen. It looks like it can't get the screen that I am working on. Now it is. Okay. So, our problem is that we basically want to get the mouse position in editor mode, and we see that we have been able to enable the update function in editor mode, and now we want this point to follow our mouse position. However, we have problems to get the mouse position inside of this scene window. And this is why we basically just Google it and hope that we maybe get a result. So, in scene view, that's maybe a good suggestion there. How to get the mouse position in scene view. So these seem to be exactly what we are searching for. So in this one tutorial that I just looked up, but it looks like it's during runtime. It's the input mouse position is, I think, runtime only. Yeah, camera screen to world point. That has to be during game mode, during runtime. It's not what we are looking for. Does it talk about edit mode? No, I think I've seen this already, and this pretty much won't work. Because this is during runtime. Runtime script is not equal to the edit script, because in edit mode, this edit mode just says just doesn't have a camera, for example. It says it's scene view, which is not a camera. Okay, let's see. Oops, that was not supposed to happen. So, if we are in the Unity editor, we want to do some stuff. Okay, they call on scene view scene. That's a very good suggestion. Suggestion there. And I quite haven't seen that, and I should have seen that already. But I'm going to go ahead and copy paste this and put it into my own script here. So right now we're doing this in the update function, but maybe, just maybe, there's the possibility that we can do this inside on scene. It seems like this is never never used. So this isn't triggered automatically, and you have to kind of find out how this is done. So he's on enable. He's going to listen to the scene view on scene GUI delegate. Okay, that's good. Only thing that kind of annoys me, this is not in C#, I guess, because he's using this. I think this is Unity script, which I'm not very familiar with, and Yeah, it's not. I just dislike how it looks with all that dollar signs. But yeah. So we have to make this static. That's not a problem. And then we have these waycasts here that pretty much do some stuff that we don't really care about. So what are they doing? They're trying to catch the event, and if the event is of a certain type, they want to do some stuff. Let's just delete all that code, because I think because that was on button down, and throw in our own code here, and just straight up say, hey, don't do this anymore. Don't actually want to test both simultaneously. Yes, that will be kind of redundant. And imagine you fix something in one method, and then you get some errors of through the other method. You don't know where it's coming from. It's not good practice. So the event. Yeah, then we have to catch pretty much if the event. So this is E. If E equals something, just move mouse position. Oh no, that's not going to do it. You have to kind of get the type of this, but I'm not sure that this is doing it. It's current. No, now there has to be a type. Not this type. Or should it be? I pretty much don't know. Pretty much don't know. I think it's now going to do this on click and every other event that we don't want to catch and don't want to do anything about. Let's just see what it does for now. Oh, that's great. That's great. It's absolutely great. We see that there is something that tells us the mouse position. That's great. And is the middle going to be always 400? Yeah, this point here is always 500. Oh. Okay, we still have to calculate this to the world position. So this is not the world position that we are getting. We're only getting some kind of mouse position. Yeah, I think this is 0. And this is yeah, it's starting here at this side. And this position here should be about 0. Yeah, it's 0, 0, and right down here we should be at the edge. So the edge is 1066,507. That's great. So now we can go on, and first of all, we see now we have a system. We can actually do what we want. That is just do something with the mouse position. And we don't need to do this in the update function anymore. We can do this. We need to do this basically on this GUI delegate. So this says there's something that is, and this is obsolete. use doing scene GUI instead. Let's just try it out. If it should be basically the same if it says so, but no reason to use an obsolete function. And yeah, okay. So now we can try to get this to calculate that mouse position into a useful world position. We don't have a world position right now, so let's first of all just return here, because we don't want to do the rest of the stuff. We're not going to think about that right now. We don't have the time for that, and we just want to get the real position. So where the fuck did we use that? Oh yeah, it was reading out that event. Okay, was just reading straight out of that event. So probably is the dynamic point shifted? No, it's not. It's not shifted. So that's odd, but we will have to think about that later. First, we have to make sure that the position that is debugged inside of this function is going to be the world position and not the mouse position inside of this window. And first of all, let's just try to get the null position. So, or just any position. So, hey, maybe we want to just click this object here and see this is a position 96, 40, 42, and we can straight up see, okay, this is not the position in world when we look at this current mouse position, but I never expected that. So vector, basically vector 3, mouse world position, and then it's going to be some kind of mouse to world position function, which we have to basically look up now. Okay, let's see if they maybe use something like that. Mouse position. See where they are using that. Market. Okay. They calculate that. This is basically, let's just take that, not think about that too much. This is basically calculating from the pixels per point to a camera position. Okay, let's first move that in and see. Okay, now they named this mouse position differently. That doesn't matter. First, we don't want to basically do anything like that. Okay, now that it would be nice. Do they have some comment here? Okay, unfortunately no. Unfortunately, no comment. Oh, it's also, this is the wrong function. This is the right one. Okay, that's bad. Vector C screen position. So this seems to be doing it. Okay, and I basically now have to try out one of those functions. And let's go with the second one first. and try to make this work. So we want, instead of screen position, we want to have the mouse world position. It's basically just another name. And we want to I think there's no way around making a new vector 3, which will have a 0 as it in its z coordinate. But then we will go and say this is the height. We want to go with the width here. Width. And what's a scaled pixel width? What does it say? Let's do the scaled. It seems to be better, but I can't explain why. And then we say mouse position. Didn't we save that to a variable? No, we didn't. But we also don't need to introduce a new variable in this case. This is the x value. And then we have to do this again, just with y value. Okay, and this should just work. This should just work. And then let's just debug log this if this is actually the value that we are looking for. So mouse world position is going to, and then let's debug log that variable that we just calculated and hope that it is going to be awesome and work. What is, and it is not going to work. Spoiler alert. It rarely does. So oh, good about the fun. I just wanted to say, hey, this function doesn't only triggers when I'm moving the mouse, but it's not. And it seems that oh, this is all wrong. Seems to be wrong. Not correct. So this is 0, 0, 0. At this point, it should be 9042. We zoom in. Nothing is happening. Okay, this is not what we want. Let's go for the unscaled version. Not sure what it does though. So yeah, basically no idea. Basically no idea. Just guessing right now. That didn't do anything. Yeah, it didn't do anything. So thank you. So it didn't work. And we are still having, we still have object options. We can maybe use our brains. I heard that is quite possible. You really try to and believe in that. But I'm going to Google that. That's too much work. And to be honest, I think there's a function for that. I think there's a uni function that just does that. Yeah, there's a screen to world position. Yeah, I think that's just the function that's going to do that. So no need to do this way. So there's two ways. It's none of them. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is not going to work, and one of those functions is actually awesome and going to help us. And this says can't be accessed. So what? Okay, that didn't do anything. So this cannot access static, non-static method screen to world position in static context. That's bad. That's very bad. Because we absolutely need this function to work. So maybe we do have to calculate that by ourselves. I don't know yet. I actually think this code is also very stupid because he's assigning the Y position, overwrites that, and then he's assigning it basically again, but avoids, but she just flips the Y value. This line of code is going to do nothing actually. Oh no, it's doing something. Sorry, no, it's going to do something, yeah, because it's reference here, yeah. So my bad. Let's see, scene view. Oh, I can do it like that, yeah, okay. So I had no idea what I was doing, and that's okay. And there we have it. It even assigns us a Z value that we absolutely don't need. But we can override that. That's the correct position here. Seems like. Let's go and click the dynamic reference point and see. It's going to be 100 now. Yeah. You go over here. Still 100. Yeah, so that's no mistake there. Great. So this is great. We basically did what we wanted to do yesterday. All the whole time, and we're stuck with in basically a fraction of the time that we used yesterday. That's just how things work nowadays. Sometimes you Google the right things, just switch out the things that you are Googling, and suddenly you're left with the right answer. And now, what the yeah, I don't know why I did write in their layer. That didn't make any sense at all. Mouse position. Okay, we basically don't want to use this. Okay, and let's just try it out and hope that doesn't kill us. Basically, the dynamic reference point should shift with our mouse now. Yeah, I think it's not enabled yet. And here we go. Success. And the awesome thing is, holy shit. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. It's like magic. That's absolutely magic. So, yeah. That's so cool. I'm shifting the whole of Oh man, what have I done? So basically you can see here how this looks so three-dimensional. No. That's so cool. Let's be honest. Now, the further you go to the left or right, the further away your objects will be. But I still think that's absolutely awesome. It's amazing. No, it's not correct for all of those tile sets too, unfortunately. And now here comes the wheel challenge. Fortunately, we are still in the test level. Now comes the wheel challenge. And that is basically to say, hey, now I want to stop that. None. Now it's stopped. And I want to reset all of my tile sets to be in the exact position where I started. So hopefully they are not broken now. Oh, they are. That's wonderful. They are not broken. They are not broken. That's huge. That's huge. That's absolutely amazing. So now I have to stop my... I have one error. So one time... There was one time that the mouse position was not that... Oh yeah, we can't reference it inside of this function, but that doesn't matter right now. So this function works now. That's great. And we don't need to debug log in this function anymore. Works. That's great. That's absolutely great and amazing. And visually just great. Just great. And the functionality is great to have it. So basically, now I can dynamically adjust the position where I'm drawing. Just doing the drawing process and log it with the X position, and I can also define an offset. I still have to find something for that offset function and save that up maybe in the vector 2. But that's it. It's great. And I still don't know what that offset is going to be. If it's going to be I think it's going to be a world position offset. Yeah. And I don't know how to program it yet, but it's great that it's not just the idea is there, the functionality too. So then we want to do the same thing basically in this case, where we lock the X position now. But we swap out two variables and we're done. And we can straight up test that. And let's hope that it will be amazing. It's really great so far. So let's go. Here we have the dynamic reference point. If I click this and say lock it with the X position locked. Oh, what's that? Okay, that's interesting. So I think I left a minus there or something. And no idea what's happening there. So we're doing what we want to do. If you look at that, that's absolutely amazing. That's not how this function is supposed to work. Yeah. So let's maybe say none. Maybe when I say none, I want to reverse that and basically do this automatically, because when you say none, yeah, you probably are not going. You probably don't want to have your objects be at every position, but whatever. Let's go on. Why is this position flipped? Mouse world position. The Y position is not correct, and I have no idea why. There's two possibilities here. Either the shift to dynamic reference position. Shift dynamic reference position is not correct. No, that's correct. Problem is happening before that. We are changing the transform position of the dynamic reference point, and that is going to be determined inside of this position, which is going to change the Y position. So basically, we have to debug log the mouse world position and see what is happening inside of that. But that's no problem. We can do that. And I expected this to just somehow have the wrong kind of position. Unfortunately, it doesn't debug log because I haven't enabled that. So let's put the dynamic reference point to a position here. And basically clear the console. Now I have to kind of try to read the Y position that it is getting. So it says minus 37. That's wrong. And when we zoom in, and get to the -0, the 0Z position, then it's going to be right. So what is going on here? What is going on? So for some reason, it only works well when the Z position is 0. That's unexpected. I expected it to have a problem with how we flip the the Y position would be flipped. There would be some kind of minus somewhere. But let's just not think about it and solve the problem. Yeah. Or can we maybe think why? Why would that even matter? So we have this E mouse position, which is basically a vector 2. I think in the conversion here, it should use 0 for the Z position. I'm pretty sure about that. But I'm going to try out setting the values manually. Anyway, because it's still kind of sus what's happening here. So this should be a new vector 3. Maybe a bracket error? No, it's... what? Use structure. What? Okay, I don't understand. So it basically was trying out the wrong reference of vector 3. That's sus. And still is not working correctly. So for some reason this is assigning a Z position to something that does not have a Z position. And let's maybe read let's just read what this function actually does. Oh, it's also good for the VR, but we are not in VR yet. I don't think this game makes sense in VR. Returns world's space point created by converting the screen point at the provided distance Z on the camera plane. So basically, in the Z, we have to insert into Z the distance from the camera to the Z position. Okay. So let's basically do that. Do we have F? No, it should be some vector 3. What kind of vector 3 do we have? Vector 3. Is there any kind of position? No. Transform. Oh, we just have transform position set. Okay, let's see what that does. Maybe that will fix it. I'm not sure yet. No, that didn't do it. Will it be okay if I zoom in? Yes, it is. It's weird. So I'm completely puzzled why the X value is completely correct. So did we do anything with this yet? No, we didn't. We didn't do anything with the position yet. So I'm a little puzzled why the X value is completely correct, but the Y value does make sense. It makes kind of sense. It does something with the Z value and just can't figure out how far away it is from the camera. Let's just go ahead and try to find what value we have to put in the Z coordinate. It could be that we really have to basically find out the distance by doing no, it shouldn't be raycasted. Yeah, I'm not sure about that yet. So what they do is they kind of do something with the Y position. No, that's not it. Okay, let's just Google up that function. And since it's Unity, it's basically always going to be very, very documented. And we have this cam near clip plane. Okay, that's just copy that. It's going to be accessing the camera, the main camera. And let's just get inside and see if it magically solves our problem. Basically, I think this is how far the camera is away from the middle center, and it does work. Yeah, still the same problem. When I zoom in and out, the Y value is completely wrong, basically. Yeah. So it doesn't seem to get the Y position right. It's not. Are we really taking the right camera? I think yes. It's a scene view camera, so I think that's correct. What does it do? What does near clip plane do? The distance of the near clipping plane from the camera. Double D in the, okay, in world units. Okay. Doesn't work. Can debug block that and see what it does. Let's debug log it. And then I don't want to see that message. Get out of here. Yeah, it could be that easy. Could be that easy. So now it's going to display the same value over and over again, and it seems like this value is not correct. It's way too close to 0. So I think it's scaling correctly, but I assume the camera is pretty much far away. Yeah, I think this should be hundreds. This should basically be 100 right now, and it isn't. So we kind of have to find out how we get the scaling of this right. Is there maybe an explanation for this function that we can look up in the docs, so we have a clue how it calculates and why it's wrong? Near clipping click is the nearest point of the camera's view frustum. It's a frustum. Oh, the view frustum. The camera cannot see geometry that is closer to this distance. So this is not what we want. Not what we want. Absolutely not. It's it's changing when we are zooming in and out. What? But it doesn't matter. It's basically wrong what we're trying to read out there. Yeah, it's a far clipping plane, near clipping plane. But these, it's basically not the world position. So let's maybe go for the first attempt again. World position? No. So this seems to be always the world position. I think this is not the local position. Okay. Well, let's go and try to find out what's happening. I have no idea. So what is this going to return? Now we're cooking. Yeah. So this seems to be more like it. And here it should be like 0. Oh, I thought it would be positive now. But yeah, basically we know what it does now. And if we do this, even going to be positive, that's also correct. So I think we have to work with the position Z, because this looks to be correct. But I don't understand why this didn't work inside of the screen to world point. So let's try that again, because it looks to be exactly like the docs expect us to behave. The only thing that I can imagine that is kind of wrong is maybe this is negative and it should be positive. But I don't know. just look at it, and so you see it's still not correct. And let's just flip it. Let's flip this value and see if it works now. No. No, it doesn't. Not sure. This seems to be the right position though. Zoom out. Go on this. Oh, it's wrong. Now it's wrong. That was just luck, I guess. Now this point is not correct anymore. Fuck! Okay, I basically have no idea. Maybe look at camera. And there's a lot of fields. Help! No, I don't understand. I don't understand it. It looked so right and still was wrong. Camera to world matrix, no. And depth looks like it, but nope. The description says this is the depth of the camera rendering order. There's nothing to do what we are trying to do right there. So weird. I'm still so irritated. Why can't this just be 0? Why can't this be 0? I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. Why is it? How does it know that we are zooming in and out? How does it know that? How? I don't get it. It only gets the world position? Okay. Okay, now it gets the world position. The mouse position of the mouse, okay. X and Y. And it gets a 0. It sees X, calculates it correctly. And then it looks like it's doing some kind of weird rotation stuff or something. So it flips. Now it calculates. I don't know. I'm really not sure how this could be. To be honest, so I have to be honest, and I basically know it does some magic and but I don't understand how. So let's go. So a screen space position of the mouse X, Y, plus a Z position, for example, camera clipping plane. The world space point created by converting the screen space point at the provided distance z from the camera plane. Description: transforms a point from screen space into world space when the world space is defined as the coordinate system at the very top of your game's hierarchy. Where world space is defined as coordinate system at the very top of your game's. Yeah, okay, that's so basically test level, that's going to be the world, yeah? Okay. So no local position. Exactly what we want. World space coordinates can still be calculated even when provided as an off-screen coordinate. Yep. For example, for instantiating an off-screen object near a specific corner of the screen. Screen space is defined in pixels. The bottom left of the screen is 0, 0. Top right is pixel width, pixel height. The Z position is world units from the camera. So, okay, it's basically everything that I talked so far. No, I don't get it yet. But they do something with the mouse position Y, and maybe we have to just copy that and hope that it magically works. I don't understand why they have to take in the pixel height at all. Yeah, this is weird. I think it's a little bit weird to do it that way. But let's just follow up that code. At least it is helping us a little bit. Oh yeah, we have. So we have to save mouse position, vector free, mouse pause is going to be E mouse position. And now we have that vector free that we are going to work with. And we have already saved that, so we don't need to for that event again. And this is the scene camera. And then in this vector free, we only reference that mouse position. And I'm not sure what that Z value actually does. So let's leave that for a moment. So now it seems to be correct. We're zooming in. The Y value is correct now, and it seems to get our correct distance for the Z value. It's very good, but we don't want to use anything for the Z value. So we have to say mouse world position is going to be a new times new vector 3 1 1 0. Get rid of the Z position. Oh no, we can't just do that. How do we do that? There's a way to do that, but I've forgotten. We can calculate multiply matrix by matrix. Multiply vector. I think it's vector 3 with vector 3. Scale. So it has to be vector 3, scale, mouse position, and a new vector 3. I think that's actually even. It's not that good as a code, but let's just accept that. Because we don't want to assign the Z position. And let's debug log that world position. And looks like we should be done now. If scale does what I think it does, and that is just setting with this 110, just setting the Z coordinate to 0 by a fancy way. Yeah, and it does. So this is exactly at this right position. If I zoom in, position is still correct. I zoom out, position is still correct. I go to another position. Position is still correct. I zoom in. Position is still correct. Okay. So that's great. Now, if I say shift with X locked. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's the stuff. That's the stuff. Cool. That's very cool. So we have a new function. Right. Great. It would be nice if I would just could maybe stop this with the code here. So, oh come on, don't let me assign more. Yeah, maybe later. Okay, but it's great so far.
Hey, how is it going?
Hey, Rookie 2907. It's going great. So it's really going great. I've just completed a function that I wanted to have to basically edit my games way faster. And I'm working with a parallax effect with all of these objects here, but it's kind of tedious to work on them because you are drawing here until this position and
Yo, Elder Scrolls Metal Mix, let's go.
Yay! I think that's great. And basically the problem is when you're drawing with parallax effects, you draw it here, it's looking like that. If you're on that position, the character goes to this position and everything will shift to the side, basically. It will shift to the side. And that makes it really hard to actually draw this stuff because you don't know how the things are going to look if you are standing on that position. So I have this dynamic reference point. I've put it here. I can say, hey, let's see how everything is looking if I'm standing on that position with my character. Show position, showed, and shift to dynamic reference point. So if you're in the game and you're standing on this position, this is how the environment is exactly going to look. Now you move to the left or you move to the right and everything is going to shift. And you see everything is going with a parallax effect. Now I'm drawing and you see it's kind of tedious because you always have to put this point, put it to the right, shift everything, and then continue drawing. And I'm just a little bit annoyed by that because it's a little bit tedious to work with. So I made a function so I can draw my stuff and everything is going to shift automatically with the parallax effect, exactly how it would look if I'm exactly at this position. I can log the Y position, the X position, and the next thing that I'm going to work on is to just have an offset to the mouse. So you can basically just define your own offset and draw with that. So maybe I can work faster with that. That would be amazing. So I think it's going great so far. So let's put this to none. Now it's not shifting anymore. It has been put back to its original position. And I can also put them back to their default position and I'm done. Yeah. So I'm just optimizing my workflow to be as fast as possible as I can. Since drawing on the map, if your tools are bad, it's going to cost you a lot of time. It's going to cost me a lot of time anyway, and I'm spending more time actually in making my tools work than in actually drawing this stuff. But at least I have one thing going for it. This is something that I've looked at in the asset store, and nobody does that. So I can at least sell it later in the asset store or make it a free package or something, and contribute to making great game developments.
That's really cool. I also got tired of TDS not reading my punctuation. Haha, my workflow has been due a little bit. Take a break for like 3 months. Haha.
Yeah, and basically I just admit I'm too lazy to just put every asset inside of here, assign it a parallax speed, and go on with. When I have, like, this is just a test level, I have like thousands of these objects in the real game, and I have next to 20 levels. Impossible. I'm too lazy for that. Sorry. And I would just spend days just drawing this. So hey, why not spend days making an amazing tool, and then you can do whatever you want with and have a great time drawing that stuff. Yeah, I still don't know if it's going to be useful when drawing, that everything is going to shift. Maybe it's like, yeah, now everything shifts and it's still a little bit messy to draw with this, but I think it's going to be great, because I used my own tool and said, hey, what if I have this function that should be nice, I think. Yeah. So this is how it is going.
Lazy people are always the best at putting the most work into something that means they lol have less work. Me, a lazy person.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. It's also, you can get power out of laziness, so you are not that lazy. So that kind of contradicts itself, but drawing your energy out of laziness, that's great, I think. Why not draw energy out of things that people generally think that are bad? If it works for you and it's great, it's better than denying your laziness and saying, hey, I'm such a skillful person and I'm working that hard, and you put your energy into things that could be done way better if you would just go back and rethink how you could maybe do this with some brain. On the other side, some things, basically the basic things in our lives, cannot be optimized much further, like eating. But yeah, when we are doing our jobs, we should use our brain as much as possible.
Soylent Green.
So now I want to do this with an offset. The problem is, how do we define that offset? And we basically don't know. So the user could get an input field. You could just open a window and give him an input field where he basically puts in his values, and then we have that offset. As a problem, however, it's not intuitive. If you want to have an offset, let's say I want to draw and I want that the reference point is always this distance to my mouse. Yeah? And when I go up, the distance to my mouse should be kept. And when I move, the point should move with my mouse, basically, like it's sticking to my mouse. But how do I define that offset intuitively? Basically, I would have to catch an event like, hey, now you have to click somewhere, and then I catch that event, and that is going to be your offset. So you click here, and then the point is moving with your mouse. So you have to catch that event. I don't like that too much, because it's going to be somewhere. Yeah, it's not going to be too easy. But since we just learned how to get the position of the mouse, it's possible. So we have everything that we need. Still going to be a little bit tedious to assign to. We have to have basically some kind of method that we can listen to. So after we click this, basically the next, we have to maybe trigger a boolean. Enable a function. We have to enable a function that is going to listen to the next click. Yeah. Then we have an event that we listen to, and when we click this function, we basically listen to the click event. Let me see. Like this, but different. It's bad. So the event that we want to listen to is the event E. Current, and I think there's some kind of click event, click count. On. No. Oh yeah, there is some kind of. We can get this out of here. Fortunately, there's no event that we can listen to. It's not good. Also, we don't have access to the events outside of on-screen. So this doesn't go anywhere. So we could trigger this with a boolean, but I'm strictly against that. It seems to be wrong. We kind of have to listen to the next click event, and on click we also have to unassign our listen, our event, our function that is triggered on the event that we are listening to. Okay, that's a lot of thought. So I'm not sure. Let's just Google up Unity edit mode listen click event. On click listener. It doesn't look... Looks a little bit too long. Also not what we actually want to do. No, they're listening. They're listening to a button click, not a mouse click. That's bad. Yeah, that's button. Listen, mouse click. Maybe we can check what kind of event was triggered, but how do we... Maybe we have to kind of use a boolean. Because you don't have access to the events outside on GUI. And in scene GUI, only there you know the event, like mouse down. Sorry. What are you doing? Nervous? Oh. Wait, I help you. My cat is sitting in front of the monitor, which is a little bit unfortunate. But she will go away. It's not her fault. She wants attention. What's up there? Hey Luna, what's up there? It looks like we will not be alone anymore. My cat is going to visit us. So she's going to her favorite place right now, which is next to me. No, she's not going there. Well, whatever. So, on GUI.
What is your cat's name?
Luna. It's Luna. Like, moon. Her fur color. She's the color of the moon, kind of. And that's why Luna was kind of fitting there. And I have a second cat, which is Miri.
Nice, very cute.
Yeah, I really like her, but I got there from the shelter, actually. And she has been abandoned. I guess she was found somewhere. And both of my cats are not easy cats. They are pretty much uneducated, and I've been spending a lot of time trying to make them really comfortable next to me. And they are. So it's great right now. So at the beginning I had a lot of problems, like they weren't using the cat toilet like they should have. That's gone now. They used the toilet perfectly. And Luna, she always wanted me to feed her. And I'm using an auto feeder now. And because I'm not feeding her by hand anymore, she's not even trying to get any food from me. And she got a habit of not trying to just come to me and for food. And now I'm a little bit more than just a food giver, and I love that.
That is great that they're becoming so comfortable.
Yeah, it's still a long way, because both of them don't like to be on my lap, for example, and one of them I can't take up on my arms because then she's going to be scared. She's still a little bit scared be my arms. It's getting better. I'm trying to pick her up every now and then. Not daily, because then she kind of goes into that scared position every time I come next to her. So I have to make sure that she still feels comfortable and doesn't expect me to pick her up every time.
Illuminati.
But it's just great that okay, so they don't scratch my furniture and also not my walls. Hey, Dino, how is it going? So I found something great to show. So just for Dino, because he's showing up now and then, here and there. At this dynamic reference point position that shows you how if the player is on that position, the environment is going to be looking exactly like you see it. Like if I'm standing over here, the environment is going to be exactly like you see it right now. And you see if the character moves, you have this
fake perspective neat.
Yeah. So I've been working on this for a whole lot of time. You see, the whole level is shifting here. And now I can shift it with my mouse position in edit mode. This is the tool I've been working on for a long time. And it's just great because now I can disable this shifting. It's still a little bit tedious to go inside of here and click to none. Once I say, hey, I don't want to finish this. And I have to manually shift them back to their center position. So this is where they are supposed to start in. But the functionality is there and it's going to be great. I just have to define all the little twerks that come with that. I want to do that basically with an offset to the mouse position, and that's what I'm working on right now. So if we have then offset, yeah, I guess we have to assign a bool. That's not good. I don't like it, but we don't have access to the event that we want to listen to. It's outside of the on GUI function. So we need to basically have a bool listen to click, which we have to use instead of a function that we listen to. So this is going to be true then. The event that we actually want to catch, and that I've been wrapping my head around, is the current events that are happening on scene. Oh, we maybe get this out of here. The problem is outside of this function, event current is going to be null. So I don't think we can listen to this outside of this function. It would not be possible. I think this event only exists inside of this function. It is what has happened during that the last call of this function. Or is there maybe something scene view? No, there shouldn't be something. Let me just check one more time. So they are also working inside of the on-scene GUI function. But that doesn't help us because we want to listen to click events outside of this function. That is the problem right now. Click events. I think that's inside. That's click events inside of Windows. Oh yeah, these these are not the click events that we want. These are over a visual element. I think this is inside of Windows. I think, yeah, they are creating a window here and then they listen to the click event. It's not what we want. We want to have click events inside of scene view. Let's just look what kind of events we have. Doesn't look like there's a lot. Doing scene GUI, okay. Before scene GUI, okay, that's not a lot. Then I think there's nothing there now. We can't listen to when is the user going to click inside of the scene view. The technology is not there yet, I think. So yeah, we actually have to work with a boolean, which is bad. Not how we are going, how it's supposed to be. I don't know a way around this right now. Maybe there's a click event just inside of the editor. Okay, these don't help me. Mouse events. Okay, there's mouse events. Well, I think these are events like inside of here. How do they... A mouse down. How do they assign that? And they register callback. Can we just register a callback? No. But that wouldn't be scene view. What do we have? We do have a click event inside of this. Can we just assign something? Is there some kind of event? No. So how do we catch this?
I've never dabbled in editor tools, so I can't be of any help here.
Yeah, and the bad thing is, once you go into...
Did you code the parallax stuff yourself?
Yeah, everything in this project is done by myself, even the drawings. Even the sounds and voices is all done by me. It's basically where I just try to learn everything in this project. It's not using assets at all. I create assets. I'm not using them, at least in this project. And at my job, it's different. Yeah, I just have to. I don't have the time to code everything by myself. Okay. The bad thing about editor events or editor tools.
Trying to show some buttons in a custom window and then gave up. That was years ago though.
So yeah, I have these custom tools here. Oh, and where is it? Is that a tile map group? You select only one. Also, okay. So I'm supposed to select an object here. And now I have all these options here, and also this is custom made. But I don't really know what I did there, but I think because I'm working in the script right now, it's not working. But this is going to get me through a lot of windows where I can basically set up my own tool. Now this later is basically going to be an inspector. Let me try that again. So this is going to be like this. I select something as a parent. And then I say, hey, set up my own custom time map group. I want it to be in the background, 6 layers, sorting layer, and parallax speed at the start of the end of each layer, and it's going to iterate through each layer. Scale, then how big should these objects be? You see, closer to the camera, objects are bigger, and yeah, in the end they are smaller. And these are settings for my brush. Then I pick a color. You see the stones closer to the camera are darker, and then when you're in the middle, they are easier to read and yeah, with their normal color. And then I can pick one of my custom-made brushes, which are also done pretty much by myself. They are on top of a Unity brush, but and I've customized a lot of that. And then you have to basically pick which kind of stones or vegetation I want to have in each layer. And then it's going to construct it for me. And now I should have inside of here this new background object. And it has basically constructed all of these tile maps with the information. And if I pick this tile map inside of this, now this is a mess right now. I have to delete these examples now. But there's also a solution for that there. So I can disable all the tile maps except for one. I just have to pick the parent. The functionality is there because this is obviously not going to work. And when I pick a tile map here, it's going to automatically pick the brush for me that I want to draw with. Then I can just go over this. It's going to draw just the whatever I've picked as a brush, and then I can just go to the next layer and do that over and over again. This is how I can construct this look really, really fast, because doing this without a tool, forget it. It's not going to work. And I can also define how many cells should be empty. So if I put this to 10, it's going to draw in every 10th cell. And I think that's great. And I'm going to eventually publish this when I've maybe made a great inspector for this, and so that you don't have a window here. This is completely fine that you're asked all these questions. What do you want to have? But people expect in Unity to have a nice inspector where you just do your stuff. But I'm a little bit proud about this. So
Damn, I am in awe that so much custom work just in the tools. You mentioned your job. I take it you work in either game dev or software development.
it's game dev. Actually, I've made it to real game dev, but I'm coding most of the time. So yeah, exactly what I do right here. No, not exactly. In my job, I just code. I only code, to be honest. I don't touch scenes at all.
He did it, boys. He made it to real game dev.
Actually, it's not just dev. I'm a VR metaverse developer, but that's only great on paper. And if you look at what I'm doing, it's basically just look at everybody and tell him, hey, you have to work really well, and hey, your classes look like bullshit. You have to structure them and this and that. And then it's basically nobody really understands how making a good game structure is, and I have to do everything by myself then. So, but that's also because we are in a very small team right
and
now.
does code review, haha.
Yeah. So code reviews, yeah. I basically learned everything by myself when I learned everything from somebody else. When I was getting code reviews every day at a job where I was working in the web development, and I was getting reviews every day. And that helped me a lot. That just helped me to understand what are good coding practices, how should good code look. And I basically learned why my code is bad. And Dino has seen some stuff. Like my main character is not ready to be looked at. But that's natural.
Yet I missed coding, got my master's, and then got a job which has involved no coding.
What? What are you doing then? Are you just consulting?
Not like this, the horrors.
I'm sorry that I mentioned it.
Thousands of lines.
It's just next to 3,000. Just next to 3,000. Now, this script here also has 1,000 lines, but it has nicely structured regions. So, yeah, that's basically one of the many ways how you can structure something very well. Regions just help me so much in this script here, and you could also divide this into subclasses. I just don't need that right now. But the difference is this is not bad code. This is really, in most cases, this is really good code. I think there's still some to-dos inside of here, like, yeah, you see that. But
I work in legal technology. It's mostly doing basic script style stuff like regex or maybe a bit of Python, but it's primarily just learning to use a software better than the people we sell it to, and then setting it up and maintaining it for them.
okay. Basic scripts. Oh, don't. Okay, regex is really something where I really know that meme. Like, if you ever use regex, or if I use regex, I will maybe use that once in a year, and the next year I will basically have to Google that up again. A bit of Python. I'm actually not a Python fan. And I like what Python does, but I don't like the coding style inside of Python. I dislike the people that write in Python because they often don't use any structure at all.
Yeah, regex is a nightmare. You can't retain the information at all.
Yeah. But yeah, there's Google for that. And maybe some old people are really good at regex because back in the days, that's basically how they had to find everything. They didn't have nice nice UIs like we do nowadays.
I do like Python. My master's was AI, so naturally worked a lot in Python.
Yeah. So basically, I had a job in also in Unity stuff, and the server was written in Python. I had some kind of network communication, and then the server was working in Python. But the problem was that the server was not written very well. Like you had to define functions that you want to call inside of Unity, but you had to define the same class and function in completely separate files of the code, and you had to do it over and over again. And I don't understand why exactly somebody thought that it should that this is good code and that he should show it to somebody else and have me work with that. It was really a pain to work with that, and I just said after I worked with that, hey, you have this kind of functions that you want to listen that you want to call in the API, but you have to define that functions multiple times in just kind of different ways because you code it like this way, and it has to be defined in one class or something, and not in different instances, and I've completely forgotten where I have to define my functions every time, and it just took me days to understand the code. And once you understand that, often if you take long time to understand code, after that you say, okay, I understand it now. It was hard to understand because it's bullshit. So if listener to click, then we want to say
ChatGPT is not there yet, but just a few iterations down the line we might finally have a natural language to regex converter D.
ChatGPT. Let's look that up.
AI thing. Can do basically anything.
Oh, I think that's from OpenAI. We've been talking about that in my job today. I didn't say anything because basically I don't know anything.
And basically anything does include almost getting regex right.
Ooh. If it does if that does regex right, then
you can ask it to make entire scripts in any language.
Oh. So I can maybe even ask it to make a script in it's a really bad language, Cobalt. Like really old languages.
That'd be a fun test.
Yeah. It might be, but I'm not going to do that right now. But yeah, it really I really heard that this chatbot should be super well developed, and it's very fun in the development. But I'm not going to dig deep into AI right now because AI is deep. I just know it from my from university how deep it is, and you couldn't basically talk about
me,
it
I know, haha.
all day. Yeah. I believe it. So, what was the mouse button click event?
The more you learn about AI, the less you know about AI.
Oh, come on, there has to be a point where it might be possible to understand more. But I wanted to work my first what is it called? Master thesis. Master thesis about the AI, and I basically got it to work in Unity with the ML agents framework library package, and after that I got it to work like, okay, now I have these little bots that can learn how to navigate in this level, and then I was like, okay, now what do I do with that? And I was like I was really sitting there like I still don't know what I wanted to do there. Really interesting. So he puts out this control ID out of his ass. I don't know what it does and why we need it. I just want to listen to a click. Why is it that hard? Oh, I think we can just ask if E-type is event mouse down. Sounds more like it. Yeah. And then we want to say debug.
Why do the forms all have anonymous? Did I miss something? Was looking up help earlier.
Yay. Anonymous is in Unity script. So this is in C#. So I don't have this anonymous. But if you use Unity script here, and you see these dollar signs inside of the variables, yeah, I also don't know why they do it that way. It really looks stupid to me. I just see that they put this anonymous everywhere, and that's why I'm not interested in Unity script at all, because it just looks a little bit annoying to use that language. So yeah, here they type something with anonymous, but I don't know. It's Unity script and I don't use it. I only use C#. So if you get the mouse down, you say, hey, yay, mouse down. And also, no, that's basically it. Yeah. And then we don't do anything yet. Let's just see if we can listen to a mouse click now.
I've never heard of Unity script.
Yay, mouse down. Unity script, I think it's the first language which was used for inside of Unity as a script language, and later they added C# as a supported language, and now everybody is coding in C# because Unity script basically is horrible. That's what, now you know what Unity script is. Oh! And now I've somehow broken all of these assets. I've broken the test level. That's nice. Yeah, I've broken it. I've broken the test level. How did I do that? So yay, mouse down, and then what? We didn't do anything. And then it shifted everything to vector 3.0. That's because this hasn't been assigned yet. Okay. So we have to have to be more careful about here. I think it's still in that node, the mouse shifting node, which is not completed, and I have to put that to none. And now it should shift every back to its default position. So okay, that's good. That means
Oh, the JavaScript-like language was called Unity script.
yeah.
I just remember using JavaScript.
Ooh. Ooh. I'm sorry, not like this. Yeah, JavaScript. I used it maybe a week or so. But I'll be honest, I'm very happy that I'm not working in web development, because then I would have to use JavaScript. Okay, now we can catch the click event. That's great. And now when we catch that click event, we want to basically say now we want to use the offset. Yeah. So vector 3 offset, and that is going to be, yeah, we have to I don't know yet. We have to kind of calculate it. So inside of this is how we will need to do this. So we need the mouse world position. That's correct, right? Oh, and then we need to get the dynamic reference point. We need to get this point, which is side of here. Where's the reference point? We need to get the position of this object. And when we click, we want to basically say, hey, the distance through this point is this or that, and now stick this point to your mouse. Okay, so we have the mouse world position. Okay, we have, since we used that, defined that multiple times, we instantiate it to initialize the variable a little bit further ahead. Then we want to define that offset, and we also have to kind of remember that offset forever. So the offset cannot be defined inside of the function. So here we go. Mouse shift offset. Mouse shift offset. So now we have the world position of the mouse. We don't have the position of the dynamic reference point yet, but There's an easy function for that we can use for the in that case. And we can just output the dynamic reference point. Oh, we have to call it before. And then we can basically copy the whole line. Because if we can't find the dynamic reference point, if we deleted this point, the user does something stupid at this point, we have to basically stop and not go on anymore. Because it's too tedious to catch any errors that could occur then. But let's assume we now have the dynamic reference point assigned. What now? Then the offset is going to be between those 2 points. Yeah, somehow. Is it the distance? But what is it? It's not the... Is it the magnitude? Questions. Let's say... Oh. Look from the dynamic reference point. Is it... I think it's dynamic reference point minus mouse world position. We look from the reference point and subtract the world position. And since they are both vector 3, we have to look at the position. Okay, let's then just debug log the position. And if this is right, then we are pretty much done here. And then we have a wonderful tool to work with. And that will be the end for today if this works. Just going to call it, but I'm very happy with that. So let's just look into that. Say, okay, now I should be above the point. And that's good. It says 0, -2, 0. So I was exactly above the point. So it's a little bit weird that I clicked exactly above the point, so that x is 0. I was expecting it to be maybe 0.05 or something, but it's maybe randomly luck. Do it again. Do that again. Okay, now it isn't bugged. So I'm to the left. So that's positive. I think we have to switch those two. And it's not just that I think it. We have to. And then it should be correct. Oh, wait a moment. I was wrong. I think we had it right. We had it right. Let's say. So from my mouse position, it has to go to the right and then down. It has to go to the right. To the right and then down. So the first one should be positive, the second one should be negative. My bad. It was already already correct. So we have set this value here. And basically what we do then is, if we have set this value, we enable shifting with offset. So, new dynamic point position, going to be a new vector 3. And this time, we use for the Z coordinate, we use just the point coordinate, we don't change that. Don't want to change the Z coordinate, we don't care about that. But we care about the X and Y, and we have to look from our mouse position, mouse world position, and the X value minus the offset. And also do that with the Y position. And then it should always follow our mouse. I'm not sure yet if this works, but let's try. Let's give it a try. Yeah, it's already following my mouse now, so now I click and okay, it's following my mouse, it's doing it, but I have to keep it to follow my mouse immediately before I've clicked, so so if listen to click, we could return. If not, now we have a design choice. Now if we are listening to a click, we could say, as long as we're listening to a click, we need to wait for the user to click. And if he doesn't click, we don't do anything. And let's actually do that, because that's way better. Else return. If the user hasn't clicked yet, then don't do anything. I don't want to shift yet. And now the problem is, hey, maybe the user is really stupid. And with the user, I mean myself. So we have to assume the maximum amount of stupidness, and clicks on this. Now I'm supposed to click, and then I troll myself and switch the mode, and now I can still click, and I think I triggered the function. Oh, that doesn't matter. Okay, that doesn't matter. Yay! And now I click, and it's going to follow my mouse. Oh, that's so great! It's following my mouse, and also every object in the game I can just look, hey, how is the character looking? How is the environment looking if I'm standing over there? Hey, I'm jumping over there. That's so great. Like you're going through the level like this, and you see just exactly how the environment is looking like that. And it's even better. I can even, during this whole process, draw the tile settings. Okay, I'm done. This is so great. So the only thing that is missing is that I have some kind of cancel function to stop this mode. Now I have to go inside of here and say mode none, and it will stop itself, and then I will have to show position center. I'm not sure if I want to do that automatically, because maybe the user has done something custom. But once we start shifting, that setting will be overwritten anyways, and I'm not going to read out his old setting. So yeah, let's automatically, when we put this to none, let's automatically also say, hey, put them back into their original position. So we just have to make this a little bit more smooth. If none, we can call this function, what was this called? Something center. Show center time maps, I think. Let's look at that. Show time maps. No, it's show position. Show center parallax of transform. Center show. Not sure. Let's look that up. Show what was it? Center parallax transform, and it's show center times. Okay, that's the function that we are looking for. Yeah, and in each case here, we actually want to say that this boolean should be false. We switched the mode because of our stupidness, and we haven't clicked so far. Actually, it doesn't matter. Once we click the menu, that's a click. So that doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we have to ever do anything with this boolean, fortunately. So then we will automatically center the timer. Now what I want to do is listen to maybe a button or so I don't have to go into the menu and cancel the function. So what would be a good key for that? I don't know. Escape? Yeah, maybe. So let's go. So this is the last part of the algorithm, and then it's perfect. So where did I define the function? I think there it is. No, that's not it. It's way more on top. Oh, I have yeah, I made it small. What is it? Encapsulated it. So what does it say? Value assigned is not used in any executions. What the? It's used everywhere. What are you telling me? Remove redundant initializer. Oh, I guess I see what it does now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, whatever. That's good. So what now? If listen to click, okay. So in these three modes here, we want to see if the user has pressed escape. And if we are not in those three modes, then we will have returned already. So we won't reach the code if we are not in a mode that is not none. But in that case, we do some stuff, check these modes, and we can say I mean, we have to basically catch if the escape button has been pressed. So if even type dot, can we get the button escape? No. So we are left with one last task. Unity editor mode, get button down. How do we do that right event? Not, I don't think that's input. But I think it's multi editor mode event. I think that's not how it's supposed to work. Code events. Yeah. There's a key. There's a key code. And then we have to basically look up the key code. So we need to find the key code for escape. And escape is going to be the escape key. And then we want to return and set the shifting mode to none. Set the shift. We want to call that function though. Shifting none. Or shift none. We want to call that function return. So now would be pretty much finished with the dynamic reference point. And I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to click here. Now everything, here something is wrong. It's flipped side. Now if I press escape, it stopped. Everything has put itself to the start position again. That's great. And it basically stopped following my mouse. It's pretty useful because try that out with that shift. Now I can put my mouse to every position, press escape, and it stopped doing that. That's great. And now I can also do that only with the X position. Press escape. Great. Yeah, that's great. Okay, she doesn't agree. But hey, she's a cat. She's not supposed to be a programmer. Do you want to be a programmer? She doesn't care. Yay. I think I have to rethink my education. Can't make my cats into programmers. The only thing they program, every time I see them code, they type code in a weird way, and it doesn't work. But they type. That's a great start. So the only problem that I've seen now is that I think the offset was flipped.
Programmers.
Yeah. So where is it? And I'm a little bit amazed that we have gotten so far, and that this function pretty much is finished. Oh, my other cat is here. Oh. And she really doesn't like what I'm doing right now. She's okay with it though. Off you go. Off you go. And she's typing. She typed GZZ. Okay. No. But Thank you for trying to help me. Miss Cat. This is Miri, my cat. This was Miri. She's really a nice little girl. But she's very small. Both are Maine Coons, and they are supposed to be very intelligent for cats. They like humans a lot. But I don't know. I don't know yet. I have them for 2 months, and they seem to be quite intelligent for a cat. Maybe it's also a little bit of stereotyping, so that people like their cats, so they assign random values to them and say, hey, these cats are really nice to people, they are really wild, those are playful, but in the end it's pretty much very individual. So let's see. I think so it looked like it was flipped. So I go inside of here. Let's first analyze what is happening. Where's the point? Where's the dynamic reference point? Okay, I'm supposed to click here, and then it's supposed to stick to my mouse somehow. So I click here. It goes to the other side. Yeah, so it's flipped. Basically, we can just assign a minus value. Alright, I've clicked already. So I click here at the lower part, it's going down. And if I click up, it's going up. So basically I have to flip those two around. Yeah. And that should do the part. Okay, now it is going to work. Let me help my cat for a second. Please. She was trying to get behind my jealousy and kind of getting stuck there. So let's see if it's right now. That does not seem correct. Where the hell is the dynamic reference point at? It's basically incorrect. Okay, was a nice try. So I think the offset is wrong with the assigning. Yeah, because it's the offset. So what did I say the offset is right? It's not right. Need to flip those two again, and then it will be right. And now it will work 100%. Will be 100% right. Because I'm so intelligent that I never do any mistake. Holy shit. My cat just threw down furniture by accident. And it doesn't matter. Nothing happened. So I click here. And now it's correct. And I press escape and it stops. So thank you so far for following. Come on. So go right now. But she doesn't like it. Come on, go. Yeah. She was not in the meet, but hey, it's always great to just end with your cat, if you can. But it has been a great coding experience today. Basically because I got to do what I actually wanted to do. And we now can use that tool to draw next time. And that's basically all I can say about that. Stream with a problem solved. Basically it. Thank you for watching so far. I hope you have a great night, great day, or whatever is the next event time that you have in your time zone. And thank you for tuning in. I'll be going to bed right now. Goodbye.